There's a film I come back to over and over again. And listen, I could lie and say I revisit it strictly because it helps me understand the emotional weight of systemic barriers. But the truth is, it's just one of my absolute favorite movies. It's called Claudine, and it just has all the things. I mean, you've got Diane Carroll carrying the whole story with this mix of strength and exhaustion and humor and vulnerability. You've got James Earl Jones, the greatest cinematic voice of all times, playing this soft-hearted sanitation worker who just wants companionship and a little happiness of his own. And the soundtrack, I mean, Gladys Knight singing Curtis Mayfield, it just doesn't get any better than that. But alas, that's not what we're here for. Because in addition to all of that cinematic perfection, Claudine is also one of the clearest, most honest illustrations I've ever seen of what it feels like to live inside the contradictions of the welfare system. Contradictions that have barely changed since the 1960s. And that's the part of the film that stays with me. So if you've ever seen it, Claudine follows a single mother. She's raising 6 children in Harlem, trying to piece together a life through underpaid domestic work, unpredictable hours, and a welfare system that punishes stability more than it supports survival. She works as a housekeeper for wealthy white families. She's probably paid in cash, I'm assuming. She works long hours doing skilled labor that's treated like unskilled work because the world has always underestimated black women. And then after all that work, she comes home to a second shift. 6 kids, homework, meals, emotions, adolescence, chaos, love, all the things. And one of the central tensions in the film is this. Every single time Claudine works more, earns more, or even tries to stabilize her family, the welfare system punishes her for it. Her income goes up and her benefits go down. Her boyfriend Rupert, or James Earl Jones, brings over groceries for the kids. That counts against her too. And poor Rupert, for all of his flaws, he genuinely loves her and cares for her kids, and he's doing the best he can as a father on his own tight budget, but the system just doesn't care about love or intention or contribution. It cares about calculations. So when Claudine finds something good, something soft, and something joyful in this world, the system threatens to punish him as well. So the children in the film each show a different reaction to poverty too. One son is politically radicalized and just angry at the state. The older daughter starts navigating older relationships early because she wants something of her own. And the younger kids just latch on to Claudine like she's the whole world because she is to them. And this is a family just trying to survive, and the system isn't just hard on them financially, it's hard on their relationships, their identity, their sense of possibility. And then there's this scene where a social worker shows up for a home visit, clipboard in hand, and she starts tallying Rupert's belongings, literally item by item, to deduct from Claudine's welfare check. She even writes down a single can of beer. A can of beer. And you see this shift in Claudine while she's watching this happen. This mix of humiliation, anger, and just exhaustion. And so she snaps, and rightfully so. But here's a really painful twist. You can also see the social worker's discomfort. She knows the rules don't make any sense. She knows she's participating in harm, but she's trapped by policies that she didn't create. And that's what makes this film so compelling. It doesn't offer a villain. It offers a system. So when I watch films like this, especially ones grounded in social issues, I use 3 questions to guide my ethical lens. Number 1, who's punished for trying to improve their life? If upward mobility results in punishment, the system is misaligned with human dignity. Number 2, where does love show up? And what does the system do with it? Love stabilizes people. It creates belonging. And if policy disrupts that, we have to ask, why? And to what end? And number 3, how are people forced to choose between survival and selfhood? Because when someone must sacrifice their identity, their relationships, or their future to navigate a policy, that's not support. That's moral injury. These questions don't fix the story, but they reveal the ethics hiding inside it. So, This matters not just because the film is powerful, but because we're stepping into a world where AI will be sitting inside these decisions. Imagine an algorithm calculating benefit eligibility, cohabitation penalties, childcare access, work requirements, future risk, household composition. If the logic behind those models is built on the same assumptions that punishes Claudine, then we'll automate the very harm that this film tries to expose. AI can't see love, it can't see care, or emotional labor of a parent, or the resilience behind a family's choices. It only sees what we tell it to look for. So if we don't understand the ethics inside stories like Claudine, AI won't either. So, when I watch Claudine, I don't walk away with answers. I walk away with better questions. How do we design systems that don't pit survival against dignity? And how do we support families without punishing them for trying? And how do we make sure AI doesn't inherit these same blind spots? Because films like this aren't relics, they're reminders. And the future depends on how well we learn from the past. So remember, no easy answers, only better questions. I'll see you on the next one.